Facebook. All right, everybody. We are effortlessly achieving any goal in our lives, any area of our lives. Now, most of us know that when we want to achieve a goal, it's all about what we want and why we want it. Right? Hey, Celia, good to see you. So, what we want and why we want it, that is the basic information that we need in order to achieve any goal. But what happens beyond that is where the rubber meets the road and determines if we will achieve our goal. And that is what we're talking about today. So, once you get crystal clear on what you want and why you want it, we've got to move to the next, what I call 4 key steps to effortlessly achieve your goal. And today I'm going to share with you my secret strategy that I used when I gave up eating sugar. That's right, I quit eating sugar 2 years ago, and I'm going to share with you the strategy that I used that prevented me from having cravings, prevented me from stumbling and going back to eating sugar, and to literally effortlessly kick the habit, kick the addiction. And I've learned that this strategy you can plug and play in any area of your life. And this is what I share with my clients. So I'm sharing it with you. And if you want to effortlessly achieve any of your goals, then stay until the end because I have a special invitation to a 3-day challenge that we are hosting in May that will help you, yes, help you achieve any goal. Those goals that you thought were impossible are not impossible. So let's jump into the 4 steps that I want to share with you. And before I share the 4 steps, I want to share with you a bonus step because you may be one of those folks who have an aversion to the word goal. There are some people where it brings up an increased stress response. It makes them feel that the pressure and the heat is turned on up in their lives, and they don't like the word goal because it reminds them of a bad experience. If that is you, do not fret because perhaps the word promise would be a different word that you could choose. And promise brings up a different set of emotions. It makes us feel different as far as working towards the goal. And a promise means that we're declaring something, that we're going to follow through, we're going to do something, we're certain that it'll be done. And I'm making a promise to myself feels a little more manageable than maybe the word goal. So it doesn't matter if you want to use the word goal or the word promise, don't get stuck there. Just pick one and move forward. And I'll use them interchangeably in this video because I like them both, to be honest. And I use the word goal or promise. And so now, what are the 4 steps? The first step is to create a plan. Many of us start with the what, which is makes a lot of sense, and then we go to the why, but then we stop there. So we have the what and the why, but what are we missing? We're missing the how. How are we going to achieve our goal, or how are we going to keep our promise? And that's why having a plan is very, very important. So imagine if a friend texted you and you were inviting you to a party. You got excited about the party and you're like, yes, I'm going to the party. But the friend never provided the details. You didn't know the time of the party or the location of the party or the date of the party. So without those specific details, you can't go to the party. It's the same thing with our goals. So you have the what and the why, but without the how, you cannot move forward in achieving your goal. And so when I gave up sugar, I had to create a plan. And a plan is very important. Step one, after you've gotten crystal clear on your what and your why. Now, after the plan, I'm going to share with you what my plan looked like. Here is a picture of my plan. So I created the plan. This is what I call the promise strategy. It's an example. And those of you on Instagram, you can't see this. I'm so sorry, but I will share it. I will upload it. So the promise strategy, first you create the plan. And as you see to the right, I did it step by step on how I was going to give up sugar. And my plan I followed to a T. But the second step was within that plan, I had to identify stumbling blocks. This is key because you want to identify those things that may show up that will keep you from pursuing and achieving your goal or keeping your promise to yourself. Whatever those things are, this is where you brainstorm and think about all of the things that could be a stumbling block, something that will cause you to stop and get discouraged and get distracted. And so you identify this, and this is really important to identify before you start pursuing your goal or keeping your promise, because you want to prepare. You want to know ahead of time what might come up so that you will be able to address it. You'll be able to have a plan so it won't take you off guard, but that you'll be like, yep, I knew this was going to come up. And that you've got a response to it, and you're not getting stuck in your emotions because something happened the way that you didn't expect it to happen. So, for example, me giving up sugar, I had to put down as a stumbling block. I love to eat sugar. It's the truth. And so, how am I giving up something that I love? So, I had to then put that down so I would know how I would respond emotionally to this fact when sugar is being around me, because people don't know that I'm giving up sugar. So, I had to deal with that beforehand. And that helped me to be successful and not get stuck. And so, number three is affirm a new identity. This is step number three. So we've gotten clear that we have a plan. We've identified the stumbling blocks. Step three is a new identity. And this is also important that many of us don't think about. When we are setting out to achieve a new goal or achieve something new in our lives, we have to put the old aside and allow room for the new, because the old habits will always kick in. The old identity will always override until we have established a new habit. So we have to affirm a new identity. And so when I say this, I'm talking about, let's go to the example of sugar. I always identified as a sugarholic. In fact, I would always say, I love sweets. I'm a sugarholic. So it was, of course, by nature for me to eat what? Cake, pies, cookies, donuts, anything sugary sweet, because that's how I identify. But when I decided to give up sugar, I had to take on a new identity. And here on the sheet, you will see where I wrote down, I do not eat sugar. That was my declaration, and I affirmed it over and over again. And I will tell you, this is the secret sauce to achieving any goal. This is what you want to do. If you want to give up smoking, if you want to give up eating cookies or sweets, if you want to give up shopping, if you want to give up being mean to your kids or being mean or whatever you want to do, you can do it. It's possible. And this right here, declaring a new identity, is the secret sauce. This is how I effortlessly was able to give up sugar without cravings, without cheating, and without going back. And I have learned to plug and play this in every area of my life. So it is possible for you to do it. You just got to be willing to take this step. Now, the fourth step is fun for me, is about tracking and celebrating. And I put up here a tracker, because if you can track your progress, you're more than likely to be committed to it. And you're seeing how you're making progress and moving forward, which is absolutely, to me, a lot of fun, because I love to check it off, star it off, exit off, and see, well, I only have a couple more days if I'm doing a 30-day challenge or a 14-day challenge, or however long it takes me to achieve my goal. I'm tracking my progress and I'm celebrating along the way, because this doesn't have to be a burden to achieving goals. It doesn't have to be a burden. You can actually enjoy it. And that is what I have found that I really love, is to celebrate, because we're making progress. We're moving forward. And this is the plan that I use over and over again. And I do it every 30 days. And it allows me to do what? Hit my goals every month. There isn't a goal that I set out that I'm not committed to that I haven't achieved. There isn't a promise that I haven't made to myself that I haven't kept, because I follow this strategy. You can know the what and you can know the why, but if you don't have a strategy to follow, you won't achieve your goals and you will not keep your promises to yourself. So I just shared with you a secret, put it into action. And if you're really interested and ready to move forward, there is a 3-day challenge that is coming up May 7th and 9th, where I'm going to teach you how to use this system. It's called from doubt to determination. It's the link is in the box, in the description box, and it is May 7th and 9th, and it's a 3-day goal clarity challenge for women in their 50s. If that's you or even close to it, you are more than welcome to join. It is time to get serious, to get unstuck, and become unstoppable. And the first thing to do that is to set clear goals and then to create a plan and how to make it happen. That's it for now. Thank you so much for joining on Instagram. So good to see you guys. Thank you for having, and on YouTube. Glad to have you there. And I will see you on Thursday. Today is Tuesday. I'll see you on Thursday when we have another episode of Becoming Unstoppable. Be blessed. Oh, thank you. Thank you